Hey, good morning. Welcome to the CGS Biblecast. I'm so glad that you joined me this morning on here. I am so grateful for it because, not a ton of viewers out there, there's some faithful ones, the real ones. My shout out to you guys. I know Libby watches a lot because she's the only one that comments. So if you want me to shout you out, maybe you should leave a comment. In fact, if you do, I'll shout you out next week. So leave a comment below today and I will give you a shout out. How about that? Today we're going to be in Deuteronomy again. I'm glad we're in Deuteronomy. It's been so much better. I know we're not supposed to have like rank and not supposed to dislike parts of the Bible. Not that I dislike it, but there's just some that are just better than others. Okay? Just going to be honest with you. Some of them are better than others. And I like Deuteronomy a lot better than Numbers, if we're going to be blunt here. Okay. Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 4 says they didn't see. Okay, first let's start here. Okay, God speaking to Moses, he's saying you need to remind them of some things. Okay, they weren't there, they didn't see it, so you need to remind them of some things that you have seen. So let's clear that up. Let's get to this. Verse 4: they didn't see what the Lord did to the armies of Egypt and to their horses and chariots, how he drowned them in the Red Sea as they were chasing you. He destroyed them, and they have not recovered to this very day. And we're going to skip down here to verse 7. It says, but you have seen the Lord perform all these mighty deeds with your very own eyes. So, where do we get out of this today, okay? God is instructing Moses to remind them. I am instructing you to remind people of the ways God has been working in your life. Here, God also refers to some specific times where he provided for and delivered his people. He mentions the Red Sea, splitting the Red Sea and all that. Yet repeatedly, he failed to glorify him for all he had done. This is Moses, he's saying Moses is not properly glorified, and Israel is not properly glorified him for all he's done. They saw God do many miraculous things, but their faith still lacked. So seeing isn't always believing. Sometimes you have to believe the other accounts that you've read or been told. I've been reading some amazing stories of the things that are outpouring out of the revivals that have been happening. First, Asbury, amazing testimonies there. I've been reading about some amazing things that are happening up in James River, maybe 100 miles north of here. And I could be very skeptical. And believe me, I am a little bit skeptical because I think it's healthy to question things. But the things that I'm hearing are so encouraging. I am not going to let my doubt and my cynicism destroy the testimonies of the Lord. I'm going to do some research and see if there's any validity before I share any specific things with you. But when I read them, I want to believe. I want to believe because I believe that the Lord is powerful. So, have there been times in your life when you have been like the Israelites? God showed up for you over and over and over and over and over and over again, but you failed to recognize it. Now, you probably won't ever see God do humongous, crazy, insane stuff like splitting the sea or opening the earth to swallow people, but God is still working in your life to do mighty things. So make a daily choice to ask him to open your eyes to see what he's doing, because he is working all around. You have to choose to believe. It's just like the testimonies I was talking about. I have to choose to believe those things, okay? And when I choose to believe, when I choose to glorify, when I choose to place my faith in him, then I'll be moved by the power, and so will others. They'll be moved by those amazing stories and by those amazing accounts of what God has done. You may not always see it, but seeing isn't always believing. Believing is seeing. Okay? Have a wonderful day. I'm praying for you today. Whoever's seeing this, I'm praying for you, and I'm believing that God has got something special for you, and he wants you to share whatever that may be. Have a wonderful day. Bye.